All right, what's up, guys? We ready to rock? Let's do it, man. Let's get cooking. We are 60 seconds out from the close of Big Bar 17. And we'll see here. I might have something I got to do here. ATR is high, 69 on the ATR. I can work with that. That's just fine. All right. Good morning. How we doing? Yeah, I mean, we got 15, 16, 17 within reason. So I'll pop over, see if we can get a clean close here out of 17. And we are not yet in a developed trading range, which means I got to get ready to place that guy. If I can place him, roll over and see if 18 takes it. I'm going to give that about 20 seconds just because we're dealing with the wick low of bar 12. And I'm a little concerned that we may see this turn into a range if the bears don't want it quickly. 5 seconds. Got to pull it. No fill, no trade. All right. Moving on here, bar 18. I tell you, I'm loving this ATR here today. Beautiful. 65. Let's hope that that maintains. All right, 215 out here until we roll over from 18 into 19. Not too much going on here on 18, except for backfilling 17. See if this turns into a sideways range, man. I hope not. That ATR is too good to give it up on a trading range. Looking at about 120 points wide if we do decide to range between the low of 12 and the wick high of 15. All right, there's 19. All right, about time. Market trying to make a push here. See if 19 can convince me. I'm looking at the wick low at 12 and the wick high of 15 here as potential trading range. Wow, okay. Alright, let's see if this closes clean. Big bar. Alright, I'll wait on bar 20 here. Let's see if 20 can give me a clean close, and then I shall hit it. By the way, there's nothing inherently wrong about, 19. It did close far outside the potential trade range here. Bigger bar. You can either take 19 or wait for 20. Alright, halfway through bar 20 here. I might get a half reasonable close. I had days up around 661, 662. Bulls can grow this bar just a hair more. That puts me right in the slot for a stop hunt. Minute 25 out. So what's up with you guys? Are you guys hitting the end of day accounts at Apex? Or are you hitting the trailers? I did a deep dive into the differences. Honestly, is it going to make such a tremendous difference? I don't know. I could make either one work just fine. But I'm going to go for the end of days. Because why not? Alright. Got a little hunting expedition here that we might have to do. Let's see! Bar 20 can close up nice and clean. 17 seconds out. That's not clean, 20. That away. Yeah, I'm gonna give it 15 seconds. If the bulls want to pop it up through and take it, I'll stop hunt the wick high bar too. But they better take it quick. Gotta pull it, no fill, no trade. Damn bulls. All right, next bar. So, by the way, you know, somebody yesterday, I think, and maybe they meant something else, but I think someone yesterday in the chat, am I recalling this correctly? Someone said that, oh, like, I'm okay with this. They said the max payout per year at Apex now with the new structure is like $300,000 a year. And they're like, I'm okay with that. And I thought about that again. I was like, that's not even close to right. That's not even close to right. Let's look at the 50K accounts. Just, I'm not gonna, pull anything up because we're trading. But if you run the math, you can take a payout every 5 trading days. There's, on average, about 21 trading days a month. Right? So if you have 20 accounts, maybe they meant one account. Well, either way, if you have 20, go down here, 50K fundeds, and you take $1,500 per account, we're just going to max it out for the sake of math. That's $30,000 after 5 trading days. There's approximately 21 trading days on average per month. So you could technically, though not entirely realistic, because it's not going to go perfect, but you could technically fit in maybe 4 payouts. Let's just say 3 payouts, because maybe you don't trade the accounts while the payouts... Well, actually, no, I'm sorry. They're not going to... They say they're not going to decline payouts. So you might not even have to wait for them to get approved. So let's say 4 payouts. Okay. And then the second payout after 10 trading days, you can take another 30K from those 20. And then after 15 trading days, you can take 40K. And then after 20 trading days, you can take 50K. Oh, shit. Hang on. So now we're at 20 trading days, and you've taken 150,000 from those 20 accounts. From there, at 25 trading days, this is technically right, you could take another 50K, and then at 30 trading days, you could take 60K, and then your 20 accounts are closed. You've taken $260,000, and then the accounts are closed. But that's in 30 trading days, which is approximately a month and a half if you were to do it perfect. Now, assuming it doesn't go perfect, that's still way more. You have all the potential in the world to do $1 million a year just trading 50Ks at Apex, even if shit doesn't really go all that perfect at all. Because if it does go perfect, you could take $260,000 in 30 trading days. So, I don't know if they did the math wrong or something, but that, yeah, what they said yesterday was not correct at all. But either way, the point being, you can make a lot of money. So just calm down and do your best to follow the methodology. Come on, bulls. Get up! Oh, you bulls. Inside close, inside the bar. High of 20. So I guess I win on 22. So, you know, the theoretical max, now listen carefully, okay? The theoretical max in dollars that you could pull out of Apex if everything went just perfect. You didn't lose any days, you took payouts. You know, the theoretical max on the 50K accounts at Apex, according to my calculations, is 2.16 repeating million a year. Okay, so I say that if you cut that by more than half, because, you know, maybe it takes you a few days to pass evals, you're not getting payouts every 5 trading days consistently, right? Because that, of course, like, it's not going to go perfect the whole year. We're not even talking the 150s yet. We're talking the 50Ks at just Apex. You could do 7 figures a year. And we haven't even started scaling horizontally. I don't know, man. The opportunity's there. If you're someone who feels like you're a skilled trader, you just don't have a lot of capital, it's not going to get better than the current environment. I don't know what to tell you. You have so much leverage right now to execute with skill and discipline, even if you have almost no money. Never been better. You know, believe it or not, back in my day type shit, you had to have money to trade. It's like, huh, that's a problem when you're broke and you want to trade. What do? There wasn't really an option. All right, 22. We might have something. 222 out. All right, Bulls, calm down. Calm down, Bulls. Hold it right about there, 90 seconds. What's up, Bulls? You got some insecurity or what? 20 seconds out here till the close of 22. I'm ready with my finger on the trigger. If these Bulls can fix that. Got problems here. Another inside close, really? Alright, that's going to close inside the Wick-High bar 21. So let's see if this thing stalls out ahead of the Wick High at 2 and doesn't take out the high of day. Still like to stop on it if I could, but we're getting pretty close now. There's a 3-minute chart. And there's a 2-minute. Back to a 5 here. All right, 2 minutes, 20 seconds out. All right, well, we're about a minute out, so I better pop on over here to the execution screen because I'd like to put it on if I get a clean fill. I mean, a clean close and then a fill. See what these bulls have in store. Not the cleanest setup in the world because you're dealing with 21, 22. Let's see how it closes. I may thread the needle here with a limit order. Just to get that reward to risk ratio a bit better. Let's see. Punch that. Ooh, pull it back. Give me a fill. Oh, you bears. There we go. I got it just how I wanted. By the way, that's picky. That's picky. A stop limit buy is totally fine there. I just wanted a little better, and I was willing to let it go if it didn't take it. So let's see if the bulls can take out the high of day, the wick high of bar 2. See if they got it in them. ATR 62, by the way. Come on, you bulls. Take it up through, baby. You know, by the way, you can't expect the world in 30 seconds on a setup like this. We got 21, 22. It's not, you know, it's not the highest quality setup in the world. We're a little close to the stop hunt. But it's in the slot for me to put on. I did not get the greatest fills on all my follower accounts here on this trade. You see, when it goes to break even, I'm still in the red. Like hundreds of dollars. That's because when I'm, you know, trading prop, with the copy trader, I use executions mode. Because trying to use limit orders on all the follower accounts is an absolute nightmare. It's partial fills basically every time. So I use limits on the leader. And market orders across the board on the followers. Suboptimal. As far as market versus limit, sure. But to me, it's optimal as far as actually making sure I get fills. All right, we got bar 25 here. Oh goodness, you bulls. Stalling out right ahead of the Wickaya 2, huh? So we're gonna see a full day trading range, is that right? Staying over till it's over. Damn, bears! Goodness! Getting brutalized. All right. All right, 225 out here from the close of 25. Let's see how that closes up. And let's see if this whole day turns into a big range or if the bulls decide to turn this into a soft bull channel and kind of butts its way through the high of day. "25 seconds out, urge the close of bar 25. We've got a huge, tremendous wick on 25. All right, there's 26. See how that plays out. So we got the high of day on the wick high at 2, right around 661, 662. And what we may see is a little hesitation here in the form of a sideways range. ATR sitting at 60. Still a really good ATR. My ATR, red number, bottom right of your screen, that's points. Not ticks, that is in points. Got a 2-minute chart here. Yeah. Back to a 5. About 15 points away from high a day on the wick high of 26 here. Yeah, this is a very common misconception with RAM. People think that I just sell at 1 ATR no matter what. You guys in the tomb know better. It's not that simple. It can't be that simple. But that is often a profit target that I'll utilize, yeah. Depends on a lot of factors. I'm on regular NQ, that's why. If you're looking at a micro chart, it might look a little different. I'm on NQ. I trade a mini on the leader, and then I trade, well, mostly micros as the followers with maybe a few minis mixed in, depending on the account. People are ranting and raving about ES, so let's take a peek. Yeah, we'll head back to NQ. Oh, come on, NQ. Let's not form a sideways range up here. I've got work to do, damn it! ATR, still 59. I don't like that we're dipping into the 50s. Listen to how greedy we sound. 59 ATR. I don't want to see it fade from the 60s, because that means the 40s, and then the 30s, and then the 20s. Back. Had to sneeze. All right, minute 10 out here from the close of bar 27. Yeah, so for sizing, someone's asking a pretty nuanced question here about sizing. It's a long conversation. I've done a full hour of training on sizing in the tomb, and we're probably going to have to do another one at some point. Sizing is way more nuanced than just make the dollar amount X as far as risk on every single trade. There's a concept called exponential bet sizing that you will launch into at some point, and how exponential you go is up to you. But you can't do that. It's impossible until you understand your edge better. Okay, now I encourage people, especially when trading prop, exponential makes more sense in a very big personal account. Meaning, you put on more risk when your edge is greater. Like how a poker player will bet, I don't know, I don't watch poker. But a poker player, to my understanding, will bet more money when they believe they have more edge in the hand. If they think they can bluff better, or if they think they just genuinely have an unbeatable hand, they'll bet more money. For example, if there's an A+ setup and there's a beautiful stop hunt, by the way, I'm watching bar 28 here, and there's a beautiful stop hunt and it's an A+ setup, you might bet, I know it sounds crazy, in a true exponential setting, you might bet 100 times more than you would like a D+ scalp, okay, as far as dollar risk. Now, here's the problem. In prop accounts, you can't be so exponential because you're limited as far as space. How much space do you have? And you can't trade smaller than 1 micro, right? So in a prop account especially, you're usually trading a bunch of accounts. I encourage you to kind of set your sizing based on what the ATR is during the day, maybe readjust it once or twice throughout the day, and then if you get a ridiculously sized bar, make an adjustment there. Otherwise, don't overthink it once you've kind of set it for that portion of that day. Again, very nuanced, very in-depth. Most people here don't care to hear it. Straight up, that's just the truth. That's why I did an hour of it in the tomb. We'll probably have to do multiple more hours on it over the next couple of quarters. Well, at least the next year. A lot of stuff to discuss. All right, big old bar here on bar 28. Someone says, we miraculously bounced all the way back to the open, extremely rigged and ridiculous. Were you sitting short? Typically when the word rigged comes on out, the market didn't do what you wanted. All right, minute 35 out. You know, it's funny because, and by the way, it's okay to be this way. Most traders are in the beginning, in the very beginning. But it's kind of funny because as you start to trade longer and longer and you have more screen time and you become more wise as a day trader, you start to, you can tell exactly how somebody's last few trades are going based on the verbiage they use if they're a beginner. And you'll start to notice that. You know, I don't know, it's kind of funny. Again, it's okay. We've all been there. It's just kind of funny. When it's not going well, they'll say manipulation or rigged or etc. or scam or etc. When it's going very well, they act like they cannot lose. Man, that is an emotional roller coaster that you don't want to get on. All right, 347 out here from close of bar 29. All right, I'm going to start a poll. I want to see how cocky these bulls are. Currently at 24,690. How many of you, by the way, traded this overnight move? Anybody? It's 60 seconds out here. Oh, you balls. See if we close is basically a doji here. Damn near. All right, there's the open to bar 30. Let's see. Chris says, started trading with RAM, got payouts quickly. Stupidly ventured out to other methodology? Why'd you do that? Got absolutely wrecked. Back to RAM recently, cortisol levels and bank account back on track. See, there's a couple of benefits. I hate being confused when I look at a chart. I don't like being stressed. And I like to have reasonably consistent results. Regardless of these last couple days, man, we started the day here on stream with some losers last few days, I think. I don't remember. Who gives a shit? As long as the big sample size looks good, that's what matters, man. Come on, bar 30. 2 minutes, 45 seconds out. All right, how's our poll doing? Does NQ test? 25,000 today. 40% of you say yes. 40% say the market's going to rally 300 points and test 25K. Man, I hope you're right. All right, less than 2 minutes out here to the close of bar 30. See if the bulls can give me a clean close just above the wick high of 28. You got to remember, guys, those of you guys who have found success with RAM, which has been a lot of you, which isn't surprising particularly, I want you to think about something. You've probably spent a good chunk of your time trading strategy hopping, correct? And yet you still hopped over to RAM, which means what? You didn't find something else that magically fixed everything. Okay, then you found RAM and you're like, oh shit, it's working for me. But you're still in that mindset of like, I gotta find something that maybe works even better. Or maybe, and this is probably the case, you're like, I wanna find something that I can take 75 trades a day on because I'm bored. Okay, and now you strategy hop again, and then everything goes down the tubes again. It took you how many strategies to find RAM and find, oh, wow, it's one that's actually working for me, right? So why would you think that the probability would be good that if you try another new strategy, it would work, considering you probably tried 10 or 15 strategies and only one worked for you? So now you try another new one. Why would the probability be good that that one is going to work? By the way, even better, and the only reason, by the way, I'm a heavy believer that if the trade is there, you should take it. Okay, as long as you're, paying attention, you're at your battle station, you're not at lunch, whatever, life happens. But if it's there, you should put it on to the best of your ability. That means that if you get 27 RAM setups in a day and you take 27 trades, I don't have a problem with it. That's not over trading. But if you get 0 setups in a day and you take 1 setup, that is over trading. Because you're taking a trade that has negative expected value, at least not positive expected value. Right? I'm not against taking a lot of trades. I would love to take a lot of trades. But patience and discipline pays. Okay, now this is the part of the stream where people's eyes glaze over because I'm not fucking gambling on stream. I mean, come on, guys. You say, I want to be a day trader. And the second, I start talking about what it really is, everyone goes quiet. This is consistent. It's not just today. This is a problem with the trading community as a whole. If you don't want to be like everybody else, you have to take seriously what almost no one does. Because most people are chasing dopamine. I get it. Real trading is boring sometimes, but being successful at this venture is not boring, I promise you. Nico, at what point do you change to shorts? When I get a short setup. Someone says, not gonna lie, just got into trading last Thursday. I was positive the first 2 days and then blew 25 accounts between yesterday and today. You know, listen, 25, like, that's a lot. You know, it's a lot. Let's not pretend like... But at the same time, you guys, I don't think people realize, because no one talks about this part. I know traders. I've dealt with a lot of traders. I've had a lot of traders open up and tell me the reality of what's going on. There are many cases of people who have spent 6 figures on prop trading and have taken 0 payouts because they have discipline problems. It has nothing to do with the fact with trading in general. It has to do with they admittedly so themselves say, I am gambling to try to get a payout. I have 0 discipline. I have 0 patience. I don't know what to do. I've spent over $100,000 on this. Even more cases of people spending at least like 30 or 40,000 and getting 0 payouts. So, you know, when someone says, oh my God, I blew 8 accounts, and everyone's like, oh my God, you blew 8 accounts. I mean, Jesus. And by the way, those same people, there's plenty of stories of people coming back and still getting a positive ROI because they didn't quit. Come on, 31? Whole bunch of nothing on 31. We having issues here on YouTube, by the way. There we go. Now it's stable, I think. What's going on? All right, if anyone was having like frame dropping issues or anything, I think we're all set now. There's an ingest issue going on over at YouTube. All right, let's see how bar 32 closes up. Boom, there's the rollover. Give me a fill. And I'm going to go ahead and bet on that soft bull channel. Risk the wick low of 27. Bring that guy up. And even if that ends up turning into a sideways range, not too big of a deal. ATR 54. All right, let's see what the bulls got. Volatility is still good. ATR 55. Market kind of hopping all over the place. All right, bulls. About time to step on in and fulfill that soft bull channel, I'd say. All right, there's the open of bar 34. See if the bulls can keep that moving. Got a whole bunch more work to do here out of the bulls. So I'm going for at least a full ATR here. Starts pressing back up toward the high of, if it turns into a sideways trading range, and then also starts getting us about halfway through, a little more, if we maintain a soft bull channel. So I'm cool with about maybe a little better than a full ATR. Full ATR-ish would be tremendous. Bulls can get up and get moving. They've had me about, what, 25 points in the money at best? Not enough. There we go, bulls. Keep that moving. ATR sitting 56. Come on, you bulls, go! Get up and go! All right, there's the open of bar 35. ATR now sitting down at 51, falling a tad here on the ATR. Oh, you bulls, get a little more security going. All right, at best here have been 41 points in the money. It's not enough. See if these bulls can take another run at it. All right, ATR 54. All right, bulls, I need a quite a bit harder push this time. Let's go. All right, bulls, get it done for me. ATR 55. Oh, baby! We got it. Full ATR. Let that copier flatten here. It's flat. And good. Trade number 2. Keep an eye out for number 3. All right, now bar 35. I gotta tell you. Remember when I entered that trade, I said this is a possibility? I gotta tell you, I'm a little concerned about that possibility. All right, 2 trades in. I will be back in 2 minutes. What's up? Welcome back, and I think we may be heading into a little trading range here, huh? Let's hope not. Take a peek at ES. Same deal on ES. YM, we haven't looked at YM all day. The YM is actually moderately interesting. I'd prefer if this 20 EMA was up above the wick low of 33. Because YM is definitely maintaining more of a soft bull channel look than NQ or ES. It's just that bar is starting to get a little big. I'm typically, again, reminder, I'm looking for small to moderate opposing bodies in a channel. In a soft bull channel, I'm looking for small to moderate bear bodies in the lower third of the soft bull channel to get long as I have a logical way to manage risk. That's a big bear body here on NQ. All right, we'll see if this turns into a sideways range or if the bears end up taking this thing lower. That would be preferable. Yeah, look at this bear body. Hopefully that means we're going to head lower. But you got to remember, most breakout attempts, now it's not that this sideways range is so developed yet, it's not. But probability states that we'll fade back into the range. Let's hope that we just head lower and take that range off the table entirely. All right, there's the open of 38. Come on, Bears. Get it done. Right back up into the range. What did we say? Oh, we bears, come on now, step in, take this thing lower. About 80%. At least when you're in a developed range, which again, not quite, since, you know, the wick high of 28. But getting there. Approximately, it's not an exact science, but approximately 80% of breakout attempts will eventually fail. Even when you get bar 37. So we gotta wait, man. We gotta wait. I'm really hoping these bears can just step in and tank us. We need a nice move toward the low a day. We get a couple of setups and then a stop hunt. ATR 57, it's holding up. All right, let's hop to YM. What's the Dow doing? Same deal. Same deal. Deep pulling on 37. It'll be a real shame if all three of these YM, NQ, and ES all end up ranging. 30 seconds out from the close of bar 38 across the board. Let's sit on NQ here for the rollover. See what we get. You know, if the bulls can actually close this clean, just above the wick high of 38, and maintain that ATR of 54, which it probably will, then I gotta go long using a stop limit buy. I just don't want 39 to grow too much. That puts us too deep into the sideways range. Probability gets worse. YM? Like NQ better right now. All right, 3.5 minutes out. Let's see. Come on, bulls. Halfway through bar 39. 2.5 minutes out. Oh, you bulls! That's too much growth, bulls. So in a sideways range like this, don't overthink it, just draw the lines. You'll draw a better line the less you think about it. You just want the average of like 100,000 traders and algorithms. The more this bar grows on 39, the deeper we get into the sideways range. Which means the lower the probability and the worse the reasonably expected reward to risk gets. Whereas if 39 can close just above the wick high of 38, I have a pretty good reward to risk and the probability's reasonable, right? It just gets worse and worse the more this grows. Then I start having to wait for, bar 40, bar 41 to see if this thing wants to break higher, which we know 80% of the time it's not going to, at least not in, to completion in totality. It will eventually fail. 80% of the time in a range. All right, 15 seconds, and we'll get the rollover here of bar 39 into 40. All right, guys. Well, I'll tell you what. You tune, guys. I will see you at 3 p.m. Eastern, 2 o'clock Central. We have a live training. 1 hour live training. We'll do 30 minutes of live training and then 30 minutes of training plus curated Q&A. In the meantime, while this thing ranges, I'm going to go hit lunch. All right. If you want to join the tomb for today's training and just in general, first link in the description. And I'll see you guys there this afternoon. All right, the rest of you guys, I'll see you in the morning. Hope we have a good afternoon, man. Let's see if this range cleans up. Big old tank down to the low of day. That'd be good. A lot of you guys, like 40% of you, bet that we're testing 25K. How confident are you that that's still the case? I'll take it if we do. All right, guys. See you tomorrow.